Good morning, children. My name is Adela, and I'm mum of Gabby, Ellie, Will, and Sammy. And today, I will read you a short story about Daniel and the lions. Daniel and the lions. Daniel was an important man. He was one of 3 ministers chosen by the king to help him rule the land. Daniel worked hard. He soon became the king's favorite. One day, the king decided to put Daniel in charge of everyone. The other 2 ministers were cross. Why should Daniel be more important than us? They grumbled. He's not even from this land, whispered one. And he only praises his own God, whispered the other. Together, they came up with a plan to get rid of Daniel. The 2 ministers went to see the king. "Oh, king, you are so great," they cried. "Make a law saying that everyone should praise only you for 30 days. The king liked to be praised, so he listened to them. "Whoever breaks the law must then be thrown into the lion's den," they said. The king agreed to make it the law. For 30 days, everyone praised the king. But Daniel went home, knelt at the window, and praised God, just as he always did. The 2 ministers were spying on Daniel. When they saw him praising God, they went straight to the king. "Oh, king, you are so great," they cried. "Daniel praised his God. He has broken the law." When the king heard this, he was very sad. "Whoever breaks the law must then be thrown into the lion's den," they said. "The law is the law," sighed the king. Daniel was taken to the deep, dark den. Inside, the lions prowled and growled. Daniel was lowered down into the den. The lions sniffed and snarled. The king looked down into the den. "I hope your God takes care of you, Daniel," he called sadly. A big rock was rolled over the den so that there was no escape. Daniel sat in the gloomy den. The lions circled around him. Then an angel appeared and the lions settled down. They all look quite friendly now. The king went back to his palace. He couldn't eat, he couldn't work, and he couldn't sleep. All night long he tossed and turned in his bed. And that's because he really liked Daniel, but he felt he had to stick to his word. Otherwise, he could get into more trouble with the other ministers. The next morning, as soon as the sun came up, the king hurried to the lion's den. He gave order to roll back the stone. "Daniel," he called, "has God saved you from the lions?" "Oh, king, you are great," called Daniel. "God sent an angel to tame the lions. I am safe." The king was so happy as Daniel was lifted from the den. There wasn't a mark on him anywhere. The king made a new law. From that time on, everyone in the land should worship God. God's law is the law, he said. Now, children, I hope you liked the story. It was a short one, but I quite like it because it reminds me of the times we are going through right now. Sometimes it may feel that we are going through something that's very dangerous and we don't know what's going to happen to us. Like when Daniel was in the den with the lions before the angel arrived or appeared. And he was pretty sure he couldn't make it. But he believed in God. And this is what we need to do as well. We always need to put our faith in God, in Jesus, especially when we feel sad or when we feel very terrible, when we feel like there's no help, or when we feel we can't be happy. We can be, because God will help us. He can do miracles, and He can lift our spirits. He can lift our moods up as well. And He can make us appreciate what we have. And He can help us praise God and be happy and help others as well. And now I have just a few questions to see if you've been listening carefully. So, who was Daniel? I'm sure you can answer that. Why was he the king's favorite? I think you have to think about it a little. Why did Daniel pray to God? Why didn't he praise the king as he was ordered? He didn't. He prayed to God. Why? Where did Daniel end up? And what happened when Daniel was in the lion's den? And how did Daniel get out of the den? Let's see if you remember the story and if you can answer these questions. And if not, maybe you can listen to the story again. And have a lovely day. Bye.